Today we are going to do in-depth swatches and a look using the new iconic Infatuation Mothership palette from Pat McGrath Labs' new Love collection. I've already done like an initial review of this collection, so I'll link that initial video down below. I just didn't get a look in with this palette on that one, so this is the look and kind of review, I guess, of the performance of this palette today. And then there's other videos related to this palette either coming or is up already. So whatever's I've got on this collection, I will link down below for you because I'm going to do swatch comparison videos and all that kind of stuff as well. So today is in-depth swatches and a look. Hopefully that sounds interesting to you guys. Let's go ahead and get stuck into it. Before we do, let's do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get started. This is Iconic Infatuation from the new Pat Love collection. Now I have an initial review video on this collection where I go through the details and everything of these particular palettes and like the other products that I picked up. So I do recommend checking that one out as well. I will have that link down below for you, as well as my Pat McGrath Labs playlist. There's also timestamps in case you only want to see one particular part of this video, and all of the products will be linked down below for you. They are affiliate links if you do shop through them, so thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I just have to say again, this packaging, like truly gorgeous. It feels like that luxe, like Pat McGrath Labs. It's not as heavy as a Mothership palette, but it still feels luxe and like hefty. On the back you have the shade names, expiry, which is 12 months, made in the USA, all of that kind of usual jazz. Again, this is all in my review video. Now this retails for 106 Australian dollars on its own. You can get bundles, use the code LOVE10 for a 10% discount. She regularly has sales on her website as well, so you can always wait for a sale. This has also been released at Selfridges and Sephora US as well, if you don't want to purchase from the Pat McGrath Labs website directly. This is the beautiful Iconic Infatuation. I have swatched this in yesterday's video, so apologies, it's not as crisp and new, but it is still very beautiful, a very dusty rose, slightly mauvey, soft glam, romantic color story if you ask me. Definitely not original, especially not original to Pat, bless her, but it definitely does go in line with the Love collection theme, in my opinion. There's 3 mattes, 3 metallics, unfortunately no special shade. I still wish that there was a special shade, especially one like this color. It would have been really nice to have, but that's okay. We will move on. Now I'm going to insert here swatches for you guys. So we'll do the arm swatches and then individual hand swatches, and then we will create a look using this little beautiful palette. So let's get into it. So this first shade that we have is Candlelight Affair, you know, that typical champagne shade that Pat always puts in her palettes when she has a metallic one. Obviously the Velvet Liaison was like her first all matte one, but when Pat has a metallic in a palette, there is always a champagne shade like this. And it is very pretty. And one thing I always forget about her shades is that they are multi-use. You can use them as highlighters and blushes as well. So, you know, this would actually make quite a pretty highlighter, but yeah, this is just your standard champagne shade, you know. Next up we have Bare Venus, which feels like that silky, like soft, like highly blendable, highly creamy matte formula. Look at this, like this, if you again haven't seen my first review video where I used Velvet Liaison, I was so impressed with the mattes. Like definitely for me, I mean I can't speak for this palette, but Velvet Liaison definitely for me the best mattes in her entire collection, like in my opinion. Now we have Platinum Divinity, which is I guess like a bronzy plummy kind of metallic color. This is actually quite beautiful. I know she does probably have shades like this already in her collection, I would assume, but it is very pretty. Like look at that. This is Eternal Love, and again that silken matte formula that she's just brought out in this collection that I'm obsessed with. If you can't tell, like it doesn't, some of them don't swatch super well, or they swatch like a bit funny. Like see how this looks like a watercolor, but when you use it on the eye, it's amazing. So Yeah, I mean, that could just be my opinion, but I just find these mattes incredible. I really do. Bear with me on the pronunciation. Forever Adored, I believe. And it is a very pretty, almost like pinky coppery, like it's not a straight pink, but it's not a straight copper. It's an interesting color actually. It's very pretty. Lastly, we have Endearment. I really like the mattes that she's put in. I think personally for me, the mattes are the standout of this collection, apart from the liquid shadows as well, because it's like she's given us some really good staple matte shades that we can use throughout the whole Mothership collection as well. Like, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I've been missing like a good range of neutral matte shades from Pat. And I feel like in these 3 palettes, she's really given it to us. That is all the swatches of this beautiful palette. Let's go ahead and now create a look. Okay, a little bit different to normal today. Normally I do eyes first and then base, but I'm running really late and I need to get my makeup on and done for work. So I've done my base makeup. All of the products that I've got on my face will be linked down below in the description box, and we're just getting stuck straight into this look. I've got a Refer number 16 and I'm going to dip into, sorry, not that shadow, this shadow first, and I've already primed with my Rare Beauty eye primer. Just starting this in the outer corner. I can't stress enough to you guys how much I adore and love the mattes in these palettes. I really can't. I watched Patty Alonso's review of, I didn't actually really watch it super in depth, if I'm being honest, no hate or shade against Patty. I just didn't want to kind of be fully tainted against like my own opinion. I try not to watch other reviews to just keep my own opinion mine. But I was intrigued because she had like rant in the thumbnail, and I noticed that I think she said she really liked the formula of these palettes too, at least when comparing it against the Star Wars collection. That was kind of the bit I saw. So I haven't watched anything outside of that, and I don't really know how other people are feeling about it. But for me, these mattes are like the best mattes Pat's ever done. Just saying. So I'm just gonna fluff this through the crease. Alrighty, that is performing exceptionally, not gonna lie. I'm really not. I know that Pat is like one of my favorite brands, and definitely one of my all-time favorite like eyeshadow like brands. I'm looking for a brush specifically. Here we go. I'm just dipping into that same shade with a BK203 for the lower lash line. But I promise, if I thought that these weren't good quality or I didn't like them, I really would say. I'm not on a PR list. I buy this all with my own money, and I don't have an issue with being honest about it, but I've got to be honest. How many times can I say honest? But I am really liking the formula of these. Now, I haven't tried a metallic yet. I've only tried the liquid shadows and the mattes, but the mattes are exceptional. So we'll see how these metallics perform. I'm just gonna take a What's Up Beauty R105 now, and I'm going to go into this one, I think, just a little bit to add a little bit of depth. I just filmed my like swatch comparison video before this, which is why I'm running late. And it was interesting swatching the metallics. I'm excited to try them because when I swatched them against like just the straight metallics and not the special shades in the other palettes, or especially like the Motherships, you know, these are really sparkly and almost, not quite, like 80% of a special shade. So it's quite interesting. Just taking a Refer number 3 and going into that same dark brown color, and I'll just run that on the outer corner here. I'm gonna take intensifiers. I'm just gonna put intensifiers on this eye and not on this eye. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I know that this is gonna annoy some of you because you wanna see one without and without the other, but I really, because I've done my base, I really don't wanna risk getting the fallout that I know I will probably get from not using intensifiers. All right, for the sake of science, I'll do it. For the sake of science, okay? So this eye has the intensifiers down, and then this eye doesn't. The things I do for you guys. I'm being sarcastic. All right, we're gonna dip into this shade first, this like dark purpley one. This is a Refer number 2, and I'll press this into the outer corner. I mean, that's really pretty. You could, if you don't have intensifiers, obviously lay down concealer, wet your brush, all that kind of stuff as well. You don't just have to have intensifiers. I like the intensifiers because it really stops the fallout, to be honest, but it also does make the shadows look a little bit more like liquidy and molten. I think you can see that. So I did get a little bit of sparkly fallout there. You will with a pat shade, to be honest. I don't really think I've ever come across a pat shade that doesn't get a little bit of fallout, which is especially why I usually do my eyes first. But with the intensifiers, it definitely minimizes it. And like with the intensifiers, once it's on for me, and it doesn't like crease or like I don't have flakes over my face throughout the rest of the day. So I'm gonna take a Refa number 28 now and go into this really pretty, it's like it looks like a pink, but it's more like a copper, I feel like. A pinky copper. It's interesting actually. And I'll pop this bit right here. They look lovely together, these metallics. Like they really marry well together. Look at that. Not all the way to the inner corner, but almost. I'm gonna take another little flat shader brush and I'm gonna dip into the champagne shade now, or the icy champagne shade. Pop that on the inner corner here, like a little ombre. I really like this. This is really pretty and like soft and romantic. This is a nice Valentine's Day look, I think. Personally, taking a little domed brush, I'm gonna dip straight back into that champagne shade, pop that in the inner corner here. Just like swoop it up. Nice. Oh, I really like the way that this is turning out. I really, really do. I'm actually not gonna put eyeliner on today just because I don't want to. I'm working all day and I have a lot of like concentrated, like, you know, when work that you like need to sit down and really concentrate hard. So I just want to like be wearing as little makeup as possible. So I'm just taking my Tower 28 mascara. I'm gonna quickly do my lips. I did get a little bit of mascara there, so don't mind that. I think the eye look is stunning. You could obviously glam this up with a lot of eyeliner and make it a lot more bold and smoky, but you could also leave it like this and it's really soft and ethereal and, you know, everyday friendly. I think it's very pretty. It's not super structured, which I like. It's kind of messy. So I don't know, I'm really here for it. I think the metallics are stunning. I really actually think it, and the mattes, I can't get over it. Anyway, for lips, I'm gonna take this Tower 28 lip liner in the shade Fill Me In. And I'm actually going to take the new Tower 28 Juice Balm in the color Shake. I love these. I do have a short up for like a review of these, but I love them. They're honestly exceptional in my mind. I really, really like them. Let's go ahead and zoom back and wrap this up. This is the finished makeup look using the iconic Infatuation Love Collection palette. What do you guys think? I actually think this is so beautiful. I really, 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 really do. I love the metallics of this. I love the formula of these palettes. So far, I still have Sublime Seduction to use on my eyes, but so far the formula has really, really impressed me. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting the formula to really impress me of these, but it is, and I love the color story. I'm not gonna tell you whether or not you should go out and buy this palette. Everyone's value of $1 is different, and only you can decide if this is something that you would like to bring into your collection. That's a decision for you and not me. All I can tell you is that for me, the formula is stunning and I do actually really like it. And I think if you're looking for a color story like this and that's something that you choose, I don't think you'd be disappointed personally. I really don't. It's very, very pretty. It really is. All right, all of the other videos that I have on this collection so far will be linked down below. I'm filming 4 in total for this week. So my initial review is already up. I don't know if the swatch comparison video will be up first or this one, just depends on the time I have. And then also the Sublime Seduction look will be coming as well. So make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss any of that content. Let me know your thoughts down below. I definitely want to hear from you guys. Did any of you pick this palette up? What do you think? If you're watching till this point, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. And if you haven't already, pretty please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye.